Hi everyone, it's Steve Williams with thecreditrepairshop.com. I wanted to make a quick video. It's been a very busy day here at my office. Some of you know that I actually run multiple companies, and for some reason, a lot of people called in sick, and I've been running around making sure that everybody else that didn't call in sick was doing their job. Um, with the credit repair shop, it seems like everything is doing good, but one of our sales reps, and we wish his mom well, she fell down and was not able to move. She is doing okay, but we hope everything works out. He hasn't made it back yet, or he hasn't given me a call, but we hope that everything works out there. They did get the call 911 and got the ambulance there. I was just back. You might have seen some of my pictures. I was on a short vacation down in Key West, and it was took a while to get down there because our flight was actually canceled for the day that we needed it to go, and it because the snow, or we don't even know why, because it wasn't really a snowstorm, and because we flew out of we changed our flight and flew out of the same airport, so we don't know. And then we had to drive from Miami or Fort Lauderdale all the way to Key West, and we were able to get a flight out of Key West when we left. But it was, I enjoyed getting the warm weather. But something that happened when we were making the call to change over to rent a car, which my wife didn't tell me that she heard because she don't really care too much about, she's not paying attention to the credit repair stuff. She's doing her own stuff. But we had to call to change the reservations for the rent a car, and when I heard when before they got to the live rep, there was a recording, and we use a Hertz rent a car, and it said that if you have a debit card, that they are going to check your credit, and I was like, are they serious? Did I really hear that? And it's yes. They're going to check your credit if you don't have a major credit card. And if you watch one of my other videos, I had talked about a bad, embarrassing experience that I had maybe a year ago, where we were on a trip with my son-in-law and daughter, youngest daughter, and at that time I never used credit cards. I haven't used credit cards since like probably 1994. I haven't used any major credit card. It's always been debit cards. If I couldn't afford it, I didn't pay for it, or I didn't do it. And but I was deeply embarrassed when they told me that we could not get the car that we wanted to rent because I didn't have a major credit card, that they were going to put us into a minivan. And the only reason why at that time that they put us into the minivan, which I don't care, a car is a car, but it was just the whole experience of the matter, was that they put us into that car because for all of the years, from all of the vacations we've taken, we were always going to, I think it was, yeah, National. We were always using them, and so they looked at our record, and they was like, you have a solid record of renting from us, that we'll at least get you into a car. We don't want to have you not be able to get into a car. And they had put us into that one. And they didn't check credit then. It wouldn't have mattered, but they didn't check credit then. But now they upped it, and now they're checking credit for rent a cars. And now I was looking online doing some research because I want to be accurate with everything. And I had ran into a young lady that actually worked for Avis Budget, and she said that they're not actually looking at your credit score. They don't care about your credit score, but what they do care about is the delinquent lines of credit, and that's what they're looking at. And that really makes sense, because if they're going to rent the car to you, and you have problems paying your other creditors, if something happens to the car, you might have a problem paying them. And it doesn't matter, even if they authorize or they charge the whole amount on your debit card. They didn't care about that. They want to make sure that that you don't have delinquencies. And from what she said, at least with Budget and Avis, they're looking at delinquencies within 3 years. So if you've had any delinquencies that are unresolved within 3 years, they're going to deny you being able to get the vehicle. So watch out for that, because I think the people need to know that up front, the terms on that. And the other thing uh, is that, even though they're not looking at the credit score, they're looking at the lines of the delinquent lines of credit, and if they're resolved, we still don't know. She didn't elaborate too much on the power that they have. It looks like what it is the computer will render the decision on if they're going to rent the car or not. They're really taking it out of the hands of the agents that are at the desk. Maybe a manager can override, but if you think about it, the manager overrides a situation and something happens, that manager could lose their job. So it looks like more and more the credit is going to matter with what we do in our life. You're going to have good credit, and then on the other side is that you're going to have things resolved on your credit reports. And then it looks like, just because of the lobbying and the different connections at credit card companies, they really put a lot of pressure on businesses to get people to use the credit cards. They give the businesses a lot of incentives and make it easier to be able to get money if people don't have the cash on them. But on the other side, they're in a way forcing businesses to, they're forcing the hand of consumers to make it to where more and more the businesses are going to only want to deal with people that have major credit cards. And as we know, a lot of people are not able to get approved for a major credit card. And if they are, they're getting approved for small balance credit cards, to where if they were to even go to one of these rental car companies, for me, because I didn't take the car back to the location that I got it from, the actual bill was over $650 for the rental car. So I mean, if a person had a budget for their trip, and then they all of a sudden had to say the issue that came up with us, where they had to rent a car and drive somewhere and leave it there, they're going to charge you more. Also, we had to buy another round of tickets to go there, 4 tickets to go there, and we did not cancel the other tickets because we wanted to use those tickets to come back. So if you look at it, for that trip, just in flights, we had over $5,000 that was just out there once we bought the other tickets. And then when we got back, they refunded us, I think it was $1,800 on the flight coming back. I mean, on the flight that we didn't going there, because they gave us a refund on that. But they would not do that until they were going to be until we had actually came back, because they said if they did that, it would cancel out the flight to come back. Then we would have really been in trouble there. So credit is very important, like I've said. And also, I want to talk about customer service with our company. I want to go over some of the things that I've seen online. Number one, there has been complaints. I've never seen this before. We've had a lot of complaints from people that were not customers. Uh, how do you get complaints from people that are not your customer? I don't understand that. We've had complaints where a lady said that she's glad. She talked about our company bad, and then I looked up in the system and she's not a customer, and I'm like, why did you post that? And then when I went to her Facebook page, it's a fake page, so it must be someone that just competition. But I've seen that. But with other people, I've seen that with people, real people, where were not our customers, and they complained about being a customer, and I looked in the system and they're not a customer, because we always want to take care of any issues or any worries that our customers have. Now, something that has changed, and it's changed for a long time, but I had never advertised it or talked about it unless you went to our website and saw certain videos. My customer service team, we've changed it to where we're really, really, really on top of it. We have direct numbers to specific customer team members. We have a customer service manager that manages over and makes sure that all of them are doing their job, and then for all of them, for the customer service team, I get sheets back each day that says exactly what they did hour by hour. Yeah, you might call it micromanaging, but I think it makes us better with customer service. So now these are the ways that people can contact us for customer service. That's what we do on the inside, but let me tell you how we have made the context better. I just mentioned the phones, because all of them had the phones. We had an email, and then we have the where you can get dedicated time by scheduling an appointment on our website. It'll block out that time, and then we'll get that to a specific customer service agent. So that agent will not be able to accept any calls or any other customer service issues, because that time is blocked out specifically for you. And if you look at the calendar, it blocks it out so you don't have to worry about other people calling at the same time. Uh, we are a business. This is located in my office building. All of the people work full time. They're not, working other jobs, or I'm not, here and there. I mean, I'm here and there because I run multiple businesses, but I have a dedicated staff of 7 people that work specifically for the credit repair company, so they're able to take care of anything that comes about. And we're just honest. And a lot of people talk about in my videos where we've had people settle accounts and they think that they didn't have to settle it. All I have to say is look at all the garnishments and the things that are going about. If an account needs to be settled to be able to have you move forward, it's better to be able to move forward, because that's going to be in your past. You don't want anything coming up behind you that you do have to pay for. If you don't have to pay for it, we're going to figure it out during the validation process. We just got one for a repo today, and it looks like at first it looked like he was going to have to pay it. It's a 72-year-old gentleman. It looks like he was going to have to pay it, but now when we got the documentation, it looks like that they were really trying to take advantage of him, and I hope that everything that we do works out for him. But I made him a promise that we're going to make sure that if he has to pay it, then we'll get to that point to where we can negotiate a settlement. But I think it's looking really well for him not to have to pay that repo, because I saw just with the way that they sold the debt, there was a problem already that I saw at the beginning, and there were several problems with the original creditor from what they placed on his credit report. So if you need any help, don't be afraid. Don't listen to people that are not going to help you. They tell you what to do, but they're not going to do the work for you. And if you don't know how to do it, or you're too busy to do it, just give us a chance at helping you with your credit repair process. If you don't feel that we tried everything for you to fix your credit, I do give refunds, so no other credit repair service ever does that. So visit my website, thecreditrepairshop.com. I have a do-it-yourself service, and I have a service where we do all the work for you. All right, until next time, thanks a lot.